I don't believe I really chose this field. I believe it chose me in a way. A while ago I was working as a busboy. Someone was choking and I was able to do the Heimlich and save their life.
Hollywood responded to a cardiac emergency with my father. My father one day just mentioned to me why don't I just go to school for that?
When I was 18 years old, I lost my best friend. Sadly, we were supposed to do this together, and it was definitely really tough, for a first year of not having him around, but after then it was kind of a motivational to do it for the both of us.
When I was 16, I was involved in a ATV accident, and just seeing how the firefighters and the paramedics worked together to help me made me want to help other people.
When I went into the fire academy the first time, I failed, and then I went back. Throughout that break, I worked out twice as hard.
Back in grade school, we had a career day. The firefighters came out, showed me what they did and how they helped people at their worst times. They definitely made me choose my career path.
I want to welcome you all here. This is where we're going to begin our process. This is where we become brothers and sisters of Hollywood Fire Rescue. We have 16 members in our class right now. Training process here at Hollywood takes 8 to 10 weeks of training. We do have a couple weeks in there with EMS. We're not repeating paramedic school, but we are reinforcing how we do things in Hollywood, the equipment that we have.
Nick Kazadi we chose as our class leader. He's very familiar with our facility. He comes from a fire family. Underneath him we have 3 squad leaders, Recruit Pawanda, Recruit Stein, and Recruit Sacco.
Why Hollywood? I did my academy here at Barry University. I had a whole bunch of Hollywood instructors, including Captain Russo, and I fell in love with the way they just operate here.
Hollywood, I believe, gets the full spectrum of firefighting and EMS. 6 stations to especially hold a Class 1 rating, so I really thought it would be an honor to learn from them.
Once we get the City Hall intake out of the way, we hit the ground running. We get them up on a ladder that is 100 feet tall. Then they learn about that apparatus. The next step is we go out to beach safety and we work with the lifeguards.
Do I swim right into them? No. Good.
I'm an ocean rescue lifeguard for about 1.5 years now, so a lot of it is kind of a review. It's always important to be aware of all possible scenarios that you may come across, and especially down here in the South Florida where we're surrounded by water, it's always important to perform your job not only on land but in the water as well.
We're going to go in, we're going to do a left-hand search pattern, and there's reports of 2 victims in the building somewhere, okay?
When we get them back out here, we seek to see how they react in closed spaces, so we get them into that maze. We darken it down, we cover up their mask, get a little smoke in there. They're in full bunker gear.
Hold on. I believe I got a body. Hey, I have a body.
We can now move from the basics and get into things that are more interesting. Now we deploy bigger lines, 3-inch lines with master streams. We can start doing forcible exit. We get into firefighter survival. What happens when you're running out of air? How do you react? What happens if you get stuck? There's wires hanging down.
Long draw breaths, good. Anything? Feel that? There's still the air there.
That air consumption drill, for one, that's, I think, a lot of mental strength that you have to endure that. I mean, this job is definitely not for everyone. It's a lot of mental, it's a lot of physical capabilities that we go through.
It's very unique that such a large class is willing to work together. We're all one big family. And for the next 30 years, we're going to be one big family.